the podcast for the bookish, the queer, and the grossly ostentatious. I'm Julie Jester, the chaotic bisexual horse known on TikTok as plant-based bird girl, and world traveler known for her appearances in such exotic places as Texas, Michigan, and the therapist's office.
I'm Ellie Rudy. I'm a journalist covering the LGBTQ plus community, an admirer of arms and legs, and a 7 out of 10 with makeup on. We are here to talk gay resorts, travel, and 1-star ratings.
This episode is for the flying rats, the queer Yelp reviewees, and fans of cup holders. Let's get started.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So, last week, you got the beautiful, unhinged chaos of Ellie and I together in the same room for the first time in about 6 or 7 years. And this week, we are recording from separate disclosed locations, and our Wi-Fi is so terrible right now that we can't even look at each other. Our cameras aren't on. Normally, we are at least staring at each other's beautiful, sexy faces while we, Ellie's 7 out of 10 without makeup face. Like, for the record, disagree, but mad respect to mad respect.
So right now I'm actually in Austin. I'm at my parents' house.
I
my
said disclosed bedroom. Location, Ellie.
No, did you mean? I think wait, you're right. Never mind. I'm somewhere not there.
So Ellie's somewhere.
I'm somewhere that I went home to vote for because democracy is important.
Ooh,
so,
she votes in Texas. I voted this morning.
I vote in Texas.
You just flew all the way back to Texas to vote?
I did.
Rock the fuck on.
I knew my vote mattered here, and Texas makes it really hard to do absentee ballots. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get on a plane and go because knowing Texas, they're somehow going to lose my vote because they don't want anyone voting. So I was like, I'm going to make it really easy for them and come all the way down there. I went to the middle school down the street this morning and voted. Like the bad bitch I am. And we're going to hopefully, fingers crossed, get Greg Abbott out of office. Fingers crossed. This is me also endorsing Beto.
Beto O'Rourke. Beto. Well,
okay, Julie, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about travel. See, I was coming up with ideas for this podcast that you're listening to right now. And I was sitting on a plane on my way to New York, which was when I was visiting Ellie last week. And I started to think, is traveling homophobic? And that was something I wanted to answer. So I told Ellie that I had this idea for a segment called Is Traveling Homophobic? And then I said, find your own related topic. Do it. Make it. Get it. And she made a topic called
Bad Reviews of Gay Resorts.
Which is not at all what it sounds like. She's actually reviewing homemade TV dinners.
No, in my segment, I will actually be talking about some of the highest rated gay resorts, but just reading some very, very negative reviews from like the Karens of the gay community who just had lots of negative things to say. But they're all really funny and obviously really extra because if someone's going to a gay resort in the first place, like that's a certain type of person, but an angry person going to a gay resort is so important to read their reviews. So
I imagine all of this being like a character that would be played by Billy Eichner.
Yes, exactly. Like that's kind of what has been in my head the whole time as I've been reading these.
And if also, listeners of the world, if you think a Karen is ruthless, a gay Karen is otherworldly.
Yeah, because a gay Karen is like, I can't be shitty, I'm gay. But it's like, no.
No.
Everyone can be shitty.
But no, gays can be shitty in a ruthless, smart, and poignant way. They can be shitty in a way that you know is true. You know what they're saying about you is absolutely valid.
Especially a gay Karen with a theater major, you are done.
Oh.
You are not surviving that.
Woo! Goodbye. Goodbye. So,
okay.
Ellie,
yeah, I want you to get us started. I'm so excited because, yeah, like Julie said, when she was like homophobic travel, and I was like, I have no idea what that means, but I'm so excited to hear about where this is going. So, Julie, please take it away.
All right. Hi. So, I really thought that traveling was going to be, oh, Sparky meow, everyone take a drink.
Hey, Sparky.
Hi, Sparky. Do you have thoughts for us on travel? You hate traveling. I've taken Sparky traveling twice, 3 times. Well, he's been on 2 road trips and 2 plane trips, and on every single trip, he has shat himself at one point or another. But, you know, that is just a part of life when you need a litter box, and I don't blame him. He got the nervous travel poops. And he's going to need to travel again when I move to New York, and that's going to be a fun adventure we're all going to go on together on my TikTok. But now that I got passed on the Sparky spiel, I was sitting on a plane, and I was thinking, I feel like traveling is homophobic. And so then I started listing out all of the things that are homophobic about travel. Then I started listing out all the things that are actually pretty gay about travel. And I may have come to the conclusion that traveling is a really queer thing to do. But
I mean, yes, I think undeniably so. Like, so when you're like,
but
travel's homophobic.
I think travel, going to a different place and being like, I'm here now, is definitely a queer thing. In that it's like every teen kid who goes on their study abroad and they're like, I'm one of the locals.
Right.
That's I feel like that kid always ends up queer too. But anyway, the act of traveling,
Julie.
Yep.
Wait, you cut out for a second, but I'm back.
Hi.
And I'm sure everything you said was really good when I couldn't hear you. So anyway, continue.
So the act of traveling, however, the part where you have to haul all of your belongings to this little tiny mecca in the center. It's not even a religious thing. It's like an anti-religious thing. It's almost evil. The part where you all have to come together to go shoot yourselves into the sky while wearing some of your worst outfits, I feel like that is pretty anti-queer. But let me just get you into the specifics. So the first thing about travel that I've listed as homophobic is regulation size suitcases, specifically carry-ons. I don't think the amount that you can put in those is enough for any vacation, especially when you're queer and you need to pack 14 pairs of underpants just to survive, even on like a 2-day weekend. And I will also say I'm not trying to play into a gay stereotype that all queers are like these fashion icons that only care about clothes, because that's not every queer person. We know that. But needing a lot of things around you at all times, and also just the general idea of taking up space. People for so long have been telling queer people to just put themselves in boxes and be our ideas of them. And those boxes are small, smaller than regulation size suitcases. We cannot fit ourselves in these, and you shouldn't make us. Suitcases, homophobic. Now,
suitcases are especially also ask a traveling drag queen, like a traveling drag queen, a carry-on suitcase is the end of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just ask.
I don't think it makes sense. Even if you're like more of a butch type, you can't fit all of your tools in a suitcase.
No, absolutely
and that's
not.
Rude. Now, here is a pretty two-sided thing that I've thought of in traveling. When you're sitting on the plane seats and there's a row of 3. There's a row of 3 and only 2 people are sitting there, and they always leave the middle seat empty because it's like no person should have to, like, we shouldn't have to sit next to each other. I think that's kind of homophobic. That's very anti-friendly, and it gives off the energy of that Vine that's like, 2 men chilling in a hot tub, sitting 2 feet apart because they're not gay. Or sitting 5 feet apart because they're not gay. I think that is kind of homophobic, but then at the same time, I think that when a plane row is full, that's also homophobic, because I can't be expected to sit normally. I like to sit with like one leg in the air and the other leg on the floor and like sprawled off arms. My stuff is over here, my stuff is over there. So I don't think there's any one correct way for a plane seat to be oriented that isn't homophobic. Because even if it's just one person sitting there, while that does feel very gay rights, it also feels very segregational, and I don't like that either. So nothing about plane seats are pro-gay, and I will stand by that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Like, I think like the most non-homophobic way to travel is by private jet, but only if the private jet doesn't use fossil fuels. And as far as I know, that doesn't exist yet. So
it's true.
We're holding out for that.
We are holding out for that. The other thing that I think is homophobic about travel is when you have to take your shoes off to go through security. I think being forced to take your shoes off is just very anti-gay, in my opinion, no matter what kind of shoe wearer you are. And I did write down some remedies for this. What if when we took off our shoes at TSA, or at the TSA, at the security line, you were then given a pair, like at a bowling alley, you were given a pair of regulation thigh-high boots or spa sandals to wear while your shoes are being scanned. These are thigh highs and sandals that the TSA has already checked for drugs and bombs, I think. And also, what's gayer than drugs and bombs? Actually, bombs are straight. Drugs are kind of gay. So I guess it's kind of checking everyone for all sexualities. That was my thought. Now, here's my next thing that is homophobic about travel. Is the color of plane interiors. They are all gray. Oh, we got a second Sparky meow. Everyone take a sip
take a shot
of water or tequila or
whole milk if you're a fucking weirdo.
Or poppers. Loosen up that butt.
Please listen to last week's episode if you want to know more about poppers. Also, totally unrelated, but people who drink milk just out of a glass are serial killers, and you can't convince me otherwise. It is a red flag. It could be 1% milk. It could be 0 fat milk. It could be whole milk. If you are drinking cow milk in a glass by itself, that's an issue. That is an issue. Totally unrelated.
And whether or not you're a serial killer, I just know you're very gassy. I know you have a lot of gas.
Yeah. It's just like, who does that? Anyway, sorry, continue.
I think I'm trying to get Sparky's attention so he will stop meowing at the wall, because that's what he's currently angry at. He has now meowed 3 times in the last 2 minutes, and I'm worried for our viewers who do take the taking a sip when Sparky meows thing seriously. Not that we have any, but we'll find out.
Especially if they're drinking milk. Put the glass down.
Put the glass down. Your gastrointestinal system wasn't built for this. It wasn't built for this. Give yourself a break. Go eat some kimchi. Goodness gracious. All right. Sparky has now meowed 6 times. I'm going to go pick him up. Ellie's going to talk about frogs.
Frogs. I mean, I honestly don't have a lot of opinions on them. I'm not anti nor am I pro. However, I do like the really small ones, like the itty bitty little ones, but I think that those are usually poisonous and kind of colorful, which also seems like a pretty gay thing to do. Like, you're adorable and tiny and cute and everyone wants to touch you, and you have like fabulous bright colors, but also like you are extremely poisonous. That feels pretty gay. I am now going to go and do a list of the gayest frogs. Number 1, Kermit, because obviously his beard is a pink pig who is a drag queen. So not really a beard, just, Miss Piggy is a drag queen and Kermit is her twink. Next gayest frogs, obviously Frog and Toad. I mean, they live together, they drink tea together, they go on walks together. I honestly get kind of like lesbian vibes from Frog and Toad, if anything. Like, I could see them taking nice cooking classes, maybe antiquing. Sorry, I was just naming the gayest frogs, and I only know 2 frogs, Frog and Toad, and Kermit. Yeah, but anyway,
absolutely.
Continue.
I was like really wondering what I was going to walk back in on when I put my headphones on, and we were at antiquing, and I was like, God bless Ellie. I say
I was like Frog and Toad. I was like, obviously an iconic gay couple, but also I can kind of see them as a lesbian couple. Like, they probably go antiquing and take cooking classes, and like they live a nice little crunchy naturey life. I'm like, that's pretty lesbian. Please write in if there are any other gay frog icons I missed during this segment.
Do you remember all those frog things we used to wear as kids? They were like very kawaii frogs. I don't know what they were called.
Yeah.
And also last week, as we talked about, crazy frog, kind of gay.
Crazy frog is gay. Oh, I feel like there's a frog with like in the Paul Frank universe. It would probably be gay. I don't know.
I don't know. Was Paul Frank a little homophobic?
Maybe
that monkey looked into my soul too many times from too many straight white kids' shirts. And I was one of them. I did wear it. But hey.
Oh, so did I. I loved Paul Frank. In fact, I had Paul Frank silly bands.
The silly bands.
At some point, I am going to need, like, maybe for our Patreon, I'm going to need to show everyone my silly band collection. I am in the thousands. I'm not kidding. And I unearthed them like a year ago when my parents moved. And that is probably the gayest thing about me. And they're in rainbow order. They are in rainbow order. Anyway, back to gay travel and it being homophobic, but maybe not homophobic. Yeah. I'm still a little unclear on that.
Yeah. I'm also unclear on it. So what else is homophobic about traveling is the color of the plane interiors. They are all gray and blue, just like straight men's formal wear. That is so boring to me. There's so much we could do with this. There's so much. Have you ever been on a plane that has like cool lighting on it? You know, where they do that little side lighting. It almost feels like you're in like a vaporwave disco.
Yes.
Why don't we do that on more planes in more colors? Why can't traveling be, why can't it be a party bus? Why can't it just be like a gay club in the sky? Yeah. Which brings me to my next point is that the aisle, hello, Sparky, please stop yelling at the wall. I love you so much, but the wall isn't doing anything to you. It's not impeding on your personal freedoms.
Sparky is pissed. Queen Elizabeth is pissed today. She is letting out her inner demons.
She is not having it. All right, I'm going to move her to the next room, and this time Ellie's going to talk about suspicious liquids.
Ooh, okay, this is a good one. Obviously, number one on the list is milk. Just cow's milk. Obviously, because the everything about me, I'm a big almond milk girly. And I know some people are like, oh, but oat milk is better for the environment. I know that, okay? But I do other things that are good for the environment. Like, I don't drive. Like, that's good. So I think it cancels it out. And I think I should be allowed to drink almond milk. Other suspicious liquids, watered down mayonnaise. Have you ever had it? No, because it's suspicious. No one would want that. Suspicious liquid number 3. I'm going to say like the extra liquid that's in any like canned meat. What is that? Is it water? Is it the inner life force of fetuses, as QAnon might say? I don't know. I'm not on QAnon and no one should be. This is not a plug for QAnon. Other suspicious liquids. Oh, I would say definitely like when you put protein powder in like almond milk or whatever, and then you shake it up a little bit, but then there's like a little bit of almond milk that doesn't get the protein powder in it, and it's just like kind of chalky almond milk. I would say that's pretty suspicious.
That is a very suspicious liquid.
Oh, you're back.
I am back. I wanted to hear about one more suspicious liquid, so
you'll hear it in there. It's pretty good.
I love to hear it. It was really good.
Thank you.
Suspicious liquids. All right, Sparky is now happily in the living room. Hopefully he will stay that way. All right, we have the color planes interiors. It could be a lot more fun. Yes, I don't get what the point is of making it all dark blue and gray and feeling like a really just like washed out depression clothing.
No, it's like, give me a hot pink plane.
Oh
like,
my
I
God.
want to feel like Barbie.
Where
like,
is the Barbie plane?
And the amount of money that the Barbie plane would make, incredible.
Yes.
Like, I'm no business lady, but if I was, that would be my first business I would do.
Yes, making the plane all one solitary color that we feel like people won't feel like it is a gay thing to fly on, that's homophobic.
Yeah, it honestly is.
Yes, I think that's one of the more homophobic things. And now here's what I thought about the plane aisle. The plane aisle down the center is the perfect, and I mean the perfect setting for a drag show. We could have all sorts of runways in the sky. We could have all sorts of nonsense going on. Everyone would get contact with said drag queen should they want it. People can sit closer to the windows if they're a little more shy, or there could be a special section of the plane for like people who just do not want to be bothered. But I mean, and now one of the things on my not homophobic parts of traveling is flight attendant outfits. I'm like, there's no reason for them to look that cool. There's no reason for them to look that good, and yet they do.
They're so gay.
They're so,
they are
yes,
so gay.
That those something about that is so inherently queer. Just the neckties and the cool.
It's the necktie that does it for me.
Yeah.
It's the neckties and like sometimes the little hats that they wear. I'm like, okay, you guys all look like you're wearing the American Girl doll collection of like the American Girl. For those of you who don't know, I am an American Girl doll enthusiast, and they did have like an airline like clothing line for the American Girl dolls, and I was like, this is the vibe that I'm getting.
Yes.
Except the interior of this place is drab. I just need the interior of every plane to look like the American Girl doll store because everyone is dressed like they are at the American Girl doll store.
Yes. Yes. And also have drag queens in flight attendant outfits on the plane serving in more ways than one, on the gay ass club plane serving in more ways than one. And also traveling traveling can cause so much anxiety, and they've kind of done away with in-flight movies, sort of. It's either everyone has a screen on the back of their seat and you kind of find your own movie, or there's just no screen and, you bring your own crap.
Yeah.
But, there was once that time where we all collectively pretended like we were still in elementary school and sat down and watched a movie with a bunch of strangers on a plane. And that's no longer here. And I think it is our civic duty to bring it back to live entertainment. I think we've done so much with planes. I just think we haven't done enough with plane entertainment.
Plain-tertainment, if you will.
Plain-tertainment.
I know. I totally agree. I think that every plane, like, just the default should be that drag queens are on it, and if a drag queen isn't on the plane, then that's weird.
Yes. And I think it should also make up for the in-flight movies that used to be watched. While that was a grand time, everyone sitting in a plane watching a movie together, the movies that were chosen, I would not be surprised if there was at least one homophobic creator on every single movie. Obviously, nothing gay was ever going to happen on the in-flight movie, so that was homophobic, but we're kind of past that era, so I can't officially put that on the list. Now.
Yeah.
Here are my praises. Here are my pro-gays about travel. The first is something I'm calling the bisexual Starbucks. So, this is mostly just a very specific airport. There might be bisexual Starbuckses. What's the plural of Starbucks? Starbucks I. There might be other bisexual Starbuckses in other airports, but in LaGuardia, in the airport that I was just visiting to be in New York at, there was a Starbucks that had like a fully fledged Starbucks on one side with all of these employees. And then when you went to the back side, it was also a separate fully fledged Starbucks with all different employees, but like the same materials. So there was two lines coming out of either side of it, which is reason number one why I call it the bisexual Starbucks. It goes both ways. But here's the other reason why I call it the bisexual Starbucks. And honestly, I'm really, 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 really embarrassed to be telling this story on this podcast. I got in line. I got to the airport pretty early. I got in line on one side of this Starbucks, and I ordered an iced oat milk latte. And the woman asked me to repeat myself, and I said, an iced oat milk latte, please. And then she said, wait right here. And I was like, oh, sure. And then she takes out a hot cup and goes to the coffee thing, the hot coffee thing, and starts pouring it in there. And then I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I said an iced oat milk latte. Or I said iced. And then she goes, oh. And then she puts this all over ice and puts on top of it a milk that I am not sure what milk it was. And like, obviously, if I knew it was non-dairy, I would have been like, yep, this is great, and drank it. But like last time I had dairy since being vegan, I broke out in all hives. But also, I had already corrected this woman once, and I hate correcting service people, and I hate like being a problem, and there's so many people behind me at the Starbucks. So I take the drink and I'm like, thank you very much. But like, I do not trust this beverage. I'm scared of it. And so then also, there's so many people around. It's LaGuardia. There's tons of people. And I am fully too afraid to just like throw this full ass mystery coffee away because I don't want to look wasteful. I don't want to look like ungrateful for the Starbucks coffee. But at the same time, I physically am holding a suspicious liquid. And I don't know.
Suspicious liquid.
Yes, I don't know if my body is going to reject this or not. And obviously she didn't hear me the first time. So I was like, how do I get rid of this?
Did you drink it?
No, Ellie.
You didn't drink it?
Ellie, I didn't.
What did you do with it?
Ellie, this story, this is gonna get me some public shaming, I think. I took the full cup of coffee, the iced suspicious liquid, to the bathroom.
Okay.
And I went into a stall, and I threw through the little top part, I poured out the liquid into the toilet, so it sounded like I was peeing for like a minute straight. And then I was like, well, I can't just leave the ice in the cup because then it'll melt and then it'll make the trash can wet, and I'm not going to be the person who made the trash can wet for a different service person. So I was like, I gotta dump the ice in the toilet too. So it sounded to an outside viewer like I like I peed for like a minute straight and then suddenly had like the smallest poops of all time, but really rapidly. And so,
oh my god,
I then flushed the toilet of the suspicious liquid and I put the cup in the trash can or recycled it. And then I leave the bathroom and I'm sitting here contemplating my decisions. I'm like, I could never go back to that line again. But I also really, 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 really need iced coffee, iced caffeination to survive as a queer in flight and as a queer just in life.
Yeah.
And that is where the bisexual Starbucks saved me. Because I just got in line on the other side of the Starbucks and talked to employees who had never seen me before and got a worker who could hear me and got iced oat milk latte, and I saw as they made it, they poured oat milk into it. And then I drank that, and I thought I would never, ever speak these words out into existence. But that is what I did at LaGuardia Airport.
And yet, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So, this is why the bisexual Starbucks gets gay praise. Not only does it go both ways, but it saved me, a bisexual in flight.
Oh my god, that is good. That is some good material.
And I think we need more bisexual Starbucks for other queers who have things like this happen, where they will refuse to correct someone more than once, but they still desperately need iced coffee. So
yes, no, I 100% agree.
This brings me to my next pro-gay portion of flying. The speed at which we all move at the airport is so fast.
Oh yeah. And
the way that
everyone turns into a speed walking gay at the airport.
Yes, and the way in which we all get out of the car and it's like go 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 go. It's like taxis and lifts and people dropping off people in their cars are almost doing a synchronized dance. Like it is in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And we're all going so quick. Everyone's going so quick. So I think queers feel more at home at the airport because people are going at the speed of which we think. Now, here's another thing I said. everyone dresses a little more gay, a little more bisexual, and a little more non-binary on travel days. Because it's like all of my best clothes are packed. What am I going to wear to the airport? Or it's like I've worn all of my best clothes on the trip. What am I going to wear to the airport? I don't know, the pineapple shirt with like these random ass pajama shorts. Why not? That's a pretty non-binary way of dressing. That is a pretty gay way of dressing. We're all a little bit comfier. Like, I understand that there's this stereotype among straight people that queer people are so fabulous and just wearing ball gowns and being ritzy constantly. But every queer person I know just like dresses cozy. They're like, I just want to I want to be able to take a little wherever I need to, because that's what I deserve. I've been overthinking too much today as a queer person, so I'm just gonna have this little cardigan here, and I'm just gonna cozy up. So comfy and yeah.
I get every time I go to the airport, I have my same airport outfit. I have burnt orange sweatpants and then a matching burnt orange Texas Longhorns sweatshirt.
God bless.
So I'm just in a full burnt orange monochrome sleepwear moment. And it makes me look like I'm a huge UT fan. Like, I did go to the University of Texas at Austin, Hook 'em Horns, but I never went to a football game. Like, I go to tailgates and get drunk, but I'm not I don't even know how football works. But it just happens to be what I wear on airplane. And so many people will see me and be like, hook 'em horns. And I'll be like, yes, hook them horns.
Hook up with the horns. We love.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Yes, queer people dress mismatched and cozy, but in a way that works for them. And that's why I think we all look a little more queer on travel days. So then that also neck pillows goes similarly with dressing more cozy. Carrying around a little pillow just so you can take a little nap somewhere, that's really queer to me. And I love to see it.
I love that.
Yeah, that one was a quick one. Now, this, I can't believe I didn't even think about this. The act of flying is pretty gay. The act of being like, you know what we're all going to do tonight? We're all going to get in a metal tube and then launch ourselves into the sky so that we can be somewhere totally different. And you're like, who's going to be there? A bunch of strangers we've never met. And you're like, that's so queer.
Yeah, no, and it's like, and you will be touching elbows with them all night.
Yeah, absolutely.
But desperately avoiding small talk.
Yes. Now, this is something that I see at almost every airport I go to now. I remember seeing them only in a select few, but I've been seeing them everywhere, and I don't understand why they aren't taking the world by storm. Makeup vending machines.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Are you kidding me? Why is that only at the airport? One, that is very gay, and two, could you imagine how fun that would be out on the town? It's like, oh, let's hit the Sephora vending machine and all go to the bathroom and do each other's makeup or change our looks or like get a mystery box makeup. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be so fun. And we love a gamble. If you were somebody as a kid who had those like little balls filled that had like the mystery things inside of them and you liked buying tons of those, you're likely some kind of queer now. And I think makeup vending machines and these are highly related.
Yes, I agree.
So then on this list, I wrote taking a lift to the airport is a gay thing. And I don't remember why I wrote this. I think maybe it was just because I've met a few queer people who really talked about how much they really like taking lifts and taking lift pools specifically and meeting people, and all jumping in a car and going somewhere. But I don't know about that. I don't know how gay that is.
It's pretty gay.
Jury's out. But I think, yeah, something about ride sharing is queer to me. Something about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Do we have any more, or is it my turn, or do we have more gay things?
I have two more. Actually, no. Wait, I have one more. I have one more.
Oh yes. Okay, I'm excited.
Okay, the final one, and I don't know if this deserves to be the final one, but the final one is the tiny snack packs that they hand out because queers love a mini. We love a fun-sized. We love just a little snacky snack at some point. My final thing was actually flight attendants' outfits, but we already covered that. So, yeah. As I was writing down what's homophobic about travel, I ended up with four or five things that are mainly homophobic about travel, and then like 10 or 12 things that are kind of gay about travel. So I think we can safely say traveling is gay as hell. And that's
I agree.
My opinion.
That's your segment, and I love it. And that was like the best 36 minutes of my life. All right. So going into our second part of the show, I am going to be reading some very negative reviews of some very highly rated gay resorts.
God bless.
And I was debating on whether I wanted to share the names of these establishments, and I am going to, because they all, and I will be telling you the average rating, because they all have amazing reviews, and I want to go to all of them. But there's just a couple people who had a really, really hard time there. So this is just gonna be a lot of me reading. None of this is my original writing. But I love that I had to do so little work for this. Like all that it took me to make this segment happen was just reading the tea online.
We love it.
Copying and pasting it into a Google Doc. So here we go. Our first hotel, it's called Grizzly Pines in Navasota, Texas. Okay. And it has an average rating of 4.7 stars on Google reviews. Okay. So it's really highly rated.
I like
so
Grizzly Pines.
Yeah, right? Like I'm like, let's go. This is I'm not gonna say the reviewer's name. We're gonna call him Stan. Okay. This is what Stan said. First thing, I know the owners are going to comment and try to debate the reasoning for my rating, but their long, irrelevant responses show their lack of professionalism and prove that we will try to say or do anything to get a few stars. We were greeted by Rigo, who showed us to the property and welcomed us with open arms. We had a great first night. Okay, so we're already slowly establishing that like things are going to change.
Yeah.
We stayed in the Stonewall property, and the only complaint about the rental was that there was no air or fan in this small building, and it was so humid and unbearable when we arrived. And shortly after that, the power went out for quite some time. Also, the shower curtain that circled the toilet was filthy, literally brown front bottom up to 12 inches from the ground.
Ooh.
We're not happy. Met the other owners in the parking lot later that night. Only one introduced himself. The other one stayed on the golf cart. Staying on the golf cart's gay. Second night comes around. Wait, this is where it gets crazy. Second night comes around. Me and my partner have a small dispute. Okay, so internally there is drama, and it was enough that it needed to be mentioned in this review.
Yes, if we are in drama class, if we are in English class, this is a story of person versus place, person versus person, person versus self.
Yes. Okay, so it says, my partner and I had a small dispute and had already planned on leaving the property. So this small dispute was so bad they were cutting the vacation short.
Like, good the fuck bye.
They were like, we've got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So the owners came to the door cursing and telling me we had to leave. Okay, well, what did you do? I'm feeling like we're maybe not getting all the details. The way they handled things was very unprofessional. I was threatened and called local authorities. After I asked the address to the property, they refused to give me the address, insistent that I give them my phone so they could handle things. My companion was hooking up our camper in front, and while he was busy doing so, money came missing out of the handle of the car. I don't even know what that means, but here we go. I confronted them and was told they didn't take money, but no further charges would be made to our account. The epitome of a clique gay campground. If you don't live there and you're not a regular, you may as well pass this place with no fret. You are not missing out. The regulars, all but one, and they were eager to leave themselves, were standoffish, and it felt like we were in the way the entire time. Now, leave your comment if you want. Now, this is the response from the owners.
Oh, God bless. I'm so excited.
Oh, wait, okay. This guy's named Brian. Okay,
cool.
Thank you for giving us your name, Brian. I'm going to not say his last name, but they addressed this person by first and last name, which is so extra.
That is.
Thank you for giving us your name, Brian. Your review speaks volume for itself. I will not even comment. It's funny because they did comment. It is the comment that I'm reading now.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, I have nothing further to say, but I do, and this is what it is. I hope you make it safe wherever you decide to go after your drama. Just glad it's not here. Have a great, safe trip. Incidentally, commenting via text/phone after you left in the pouring rain doesn't exactly scream confronting us about any supposed missing money. Rest assured, if you drop it in the parking lot and we find it, we will return it to you. Wish you well. Update. I, Connor, went over to go ask Nathan, your partner, about why he was speeding through our campground at 8 p.m. Nathan was between the car and myself, and the entire time I was speaking with him. We edited your account with how long you stayed after you left and closed. Only after that did you accuse us of stealing with your incessant calls and texts. So there's drama. We're just getting
so much drama.
We're getting drama. I'm here for it. I want to meet all of the players involved.
I want to meet
would
the
like
actors.
to sit down.
I want to shake their hands.
I would like to.
Stan, Brian, Stan.
Yeah.
If you are having a spat that is vocal enough for the owner to already be at your door and actively cursing, my love, Brian, I don't know what happened in that room. I don't know what was going on with you and your partner. But it doesn't sound like it was a small spat, baby.
No, it was not a small disagreement.
No, Brian.
And that is also so gay about being like, it is a full blowout fight.
Yeah.
Things are being thrown.
Mascara's running down the cheeks.
Yeah, and you're like, it's just a small fight.
It's just a small spat. I know.
Okay, this next one's really short, but iconic. So this is Vista Grande Resort in Palm Springs. This has 4.6 stars on Google, so really well rated. This was probably one of my favorite. A diapers optional geriatric paradise, if that's what you're into. It makes me want to go there even more.
Oh my God, I want to bring my diapers. I don't have diapers, but I'm going to get some and I'm going to go to this resort.
Right? Okay. This next one is Axel Beach in Miami. Has 4.4 stars on
that
Google.
Was the whole review?
Oh, that was the whole review. It was literally just a diapers optional geriatric paradise, if that's what you're into. For the last place, all they said.
Wow. And that was so powerful. That was such a powerful review. And it just, wow.
I want that on my headstone. Like,
all right,
it's so
want
pointed.
This person to write whoever wrote this, I want them to write what goes on my headstone.
I just want them to like give me a review.
Yeah.
Like just review me as a human.
Yeah,
that is so good.
That is really good.
Next place, Axel Beach, Miami, 4.4 stars. Start to finish, this hotel experience was horrible. My booking email stated to contact the hotel in the event we'd be checking in late. I called for 2 hours and no one answered the phone. When I arrived, I couldn't find the hotel because it was labeled with a completely different name, which is hilarious. There was no valet present, and I had to go across the street to park my car and drag all my luggage across Collins Avenue. Oh my God, this person. I finally got to my room. No, I had to drag their luggage. Like what? Like some type of peasant. I finally get to my room and there were a ton of mosquitoes in it. I killed at least 6 within the first hour I was in my room. I placed a do not disturb sign on the door so the maid would not come in. She banged on the door and entered anyway. I'm like, yes, bitch, you do your job.
Yeah, she got in there. She said, hey.
When checking out, I had to once again drag all my luggage across Collins Avenue because there was no valet present.
Oh, no valet.
This is an issue. I informed the supervisor of my awful experience, to which he responded, oh, well, you should have told us. We would have switched your rooms. As though that would have remedied the maid disregarding my wish for privacy and having to deal with parking/luggage. I would not recommend this hotel. That whole review is so gay Karen.
Yes, it is incredibly gay Karen. And also, I love that the hotel went under a name change. It's like identifying as someone new now. And she's like, ugh.
No. This person left such a tarnish on this hotel. They literally had to change names.
They changed names.
Anyway, that was probably one of my favorites. Just the audacity. And I love it a lot. Like, I love it when there's all caps moments in these reviews because you know that it's really bad.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Also, all caps is gay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is Rainbow Mountain Resort in PA. Is that Pennsylvania?
If we're tagging ourselves as these, I'm Rainbow Mountain Resort.
Okay, this one has 4 stars because I guess you're a 4-star human. Anyway.
Damn, I hitched my wagon to the wrong
Yeah, I'm sorry you did. Okay. The 1 star is for the staff. Waiters, bartenders, and front desk folks were very nice and helpful. So we're already confused. The stage is being set with actually a pretty good positive interaction. However, things are about to take a turn. The facility itself is almost beyond description. And then they immediately proceed to go forward giving a description.
Well, it was almost beyond description.
Almost, yes. I certainly wasn't expecting 4 stars because it was rated 4 stars. But this place needs to be shut, down. There is literally no maintenance of any sorts. Holes in the walls, doors broken, wrong size sheets on the scariest mattress I've ever seen in my life. No, okay, this is all caps. No fire detector. Meanwhile, I counted 7 extension cords in use scattered in every direction in the room. The sink was backed up. Bathroom light was so dim you can barely see. Plumbing issues apparently is the smell of a backed up cesspool permeated the property. Do not, and under any circumstances, spend a night in this place. It is literally dangerous and should not be allowed to operate. Have already filed a complaint with Monroe County Code Enforcement. Fire safety concerns. I want to go so bad. The scariest mattress you've ever seen.
I gotta see that mattress.
I want to see that mattress. If I can get a gay resort experience and the scariest mattress I've ever seen in one vacation, sign me the fuck up. This sounds amazing.
I'm sad that Halloween has already passed. I would have loved to gone as the scariest mattress ever seen.
Right? Next year, we've got to go as the scariest mattress you've ever seen to this resort and be like, and they'll be like, oh, obviously they're welcome here. They work here. They're the mattresses.
No, but Ellie, could you imagine if we had funds to like go to these resorts and review them?
Oh my God, I would love that. Okay, listen, please donate to our Patreon so we can do this. We would make such good content.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so our next place that we are going to is a little place that oh my God, this one's pretty long, but it's good. So this was the Descanso Resort in Palm Springs. It has 4.7 stars on Google. So again, pretty highly rated. Okay, this is how it begins. And a guy named David said this. David. This is David from Schitt's Creek.
David, you get murdered first.
Yes. Like, did get murdered, would go again.
Yes.
Okay. Hands down, the worst experience. Customer service and unnecessary cattiness I've ever experienced in too long to remember. Already, I'm hooked. I'm so excited to be here.
The unnecessary cattiness should be like a queer lit moment. The unnecessary cattiness.
Yes. Okay, listen to this next line, though. Be prepared to encounter one of the pettiest, cowardliest, unprofessional, and downright rude owner/managers walking the planet, period.
He sounds like a gay icon and I love him.
Listen. And then they address the manager directly. You, Peter, are what is wrong with the world. Okay, I'm thinking kind of rightfully so, because it sounds like Peter's kind of shitty. Whatever. I don't know if Peter still works there. It says, if you are not the same sexual orientation as Peter, you will be discriminated against. I'm thoroughly disgusted by his attitude and outright intolerance of lifestyles other than his own. Okay, Peter, we're not here for that. And I don't know what's going on here. But, oh, wait, here we go. This person now says, let me break down my experience. Okay.
So is Peter gay and anti-straight people?
I think Peter's gay and this person is straight.
Fascinating.
And I'm like, oh, wait. Okay, see, I thought that this was a lesbian couple Peter is being mean to. I think Peter is probably just like, listen, this is a gay resort. Because David, who maybe I'm just being naive, but I would assume identifies as male with the name David, is here with their wife. So it sounds like this, at least from this review, it sounds like this straight couple showed up to a very gay resort in Palm Springs, and Peter was not happy about it. But I love that this person, and this is a very gay sounding review from a straight person, saying, I'm thoroughly, in all caps, disgusted by his attitude and outright intolerance of lifestyles other than his own.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, that is rich coming from you, David.
Yeah,
it's like you showed up in a queer space. But anyway, my wife and her two best friends planned and paid for reservations at this location in Palm Springs. These are 3 30-year-old professional women with children, not with them, thank God, who are celebrating one of the ladies' bachelorettes by going to Palm Springs for a couple of days of lavish spas and nice dinners. Sounds great and relaxing. Right up until they experience this hotel and their horrendous owner, Lil Peter. We're getting nicknames.
Lil Peter.
So now I guess, what happened is a whole bunch of straight women went to a bachelorette party to a gay resort. And then this person's husband is not happy about their treatment there. They're doing like gay tourism, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I have feelings, I have thoughts. But anyway, the ladies paid for their reservation through Expedia and were promised a few nice amenities to make them feel special. Simple things like a glass of champagne upon arrival. Nothing outlandish. Because life happens, there's traffic delaying their arrival. They called the location around 5 p.m. to make them aware of the delay and follow their procedure for getting in around 6 or 7. In the first 30 seconds of speaking to the cowardly little bigot Peter, cowardly little bigot, next rapper name, they were belittled, called entitled, and all around treated as massive burdens for simply asking about a welcome drink that was promised and paid for. I kind of feel like maybe they were I feel like maybe Peter had the right to be upset. I don't know these women, but for some reason I'm on Peter's side. The ladies also informed Peter that one of their party was unable to attend, so the reservation would be for 3 and not 4 people. At this point, Peter attempted to charge them more money for less people, all caps. Great business model, comma, Peter, period. Fast forward 2 hours to the ladies' arrival. Yeah, that is what it was, but this person was not okay with it. Imagine these 3 women after a long day, a bit hungry and ready to set their things down, find when they arrive and attempt to use their entry code Peter provided. It didn't work. God damn it, Peter. Okay, this is a quote. That's strange. We just spoke not 2 hours ago, they all said. I'm like, I'm sorry, were you there? I don't think so. So they again call Peter the cowardly lion. I'm getting Trump vibes from this person.
Yeah.
We are giving Peter a lot of unnecessary nicknames.
Yeah.
But I'm like, sorry, Peter the cowardly lion is an iconic gay icon, and I will not apologize for Peter. I am on your side,
Absolutely.
Peter, Team Peter.
Still, of all the Peter nicknames, Lil Peter remains my favorite.
Lil Peter is the best one. And he informs them he canceled their reservation and that they were not a cultural fit for the hotel while they were at the door. Okay, so Peter literally was like, these ladies are not vibing with me.
Oh.
Gave them the key to their room, and then they get there and the key doesn't work. And he's like, you don't belong here. You don't belong. Like, Peter full well knew they were going to get to their door and the key wasn't going to work.
Wow. Peter.
Oh my God.
Peter in his villain arc.
I love it so much. They were forced to find other accommodations at night in an unfamiliar city because Peter did not have the gumption or decency to call them with anticipation. You're a little wimp, Peter.
Little Peter. Peter the coward.
Please. Okay, listen, please, all caps, please consider, all caps, anywhere else and do not support this prejudiced piece of human trash. The ladies went down the street to Colony Palms Hotel and absolutely loved it. They were treated with respect and even upgraded for free after informing them about just how terrible Peter is. I wouldn't ever want to find out what a cultural fit means for Peter. I do, and I hope I fall into it.
Yeah, I hope I am a cultural fit for
right?
Peter.
I literally just want to be on Peter's okay list.
Yeah,
like,
okayed by Peter.
Right? I literally just want to go to this hotel and be like, may I please speak to Peter? And then be like, oh my God, here's another, may I speak to the manager? And I'm like, no, I just want him to like me. Like, you don't have to let him, like, he doesn't have to let me stay here. I just want to be his friends and tell him how much I respect him.
Yes.
And then he signs it out with, luckily, Expedia doesn't tolerate discrimination of any kind, and this has been escalated. We are not cowards, little Peter. enjoy your bitter existence, peace sign emoji.
The peace sign emoji. Wow. I'm so impressed with all of this, but also just we were discriminated against for being straight, just being really pushed home so far.
Oh my God. I'm here for it. And like that one rating didn't bring that. They still have 4.7 stars. Like this guy, David, if your goal was to take down Lil Peter, you have failed.
Yeah, Lil Peter is stronger than ever. Ellie, couple's costume for Halloween. You go as the scariest mattress ever seen. I go as Lil Peter.
Yes. Please. Or I just go as a bachelorette party and you go as Lil Peter.
You go as multiple members in a bachelorette party. And I'm Lil Peter. Wow, that's like when you go dressed as Batman and Joker with your partner. You like want to be like hate but in love, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. No, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful.
This next one is a Casa Velas in Puerto Vallarta. It's not technically a gay resort, but it's like kind of like unspoken gay mecca is what I understand. Specifically, a lesbian gay mecca. And I do want to go there. And this place has 4.9 stars. So this is a review from someone that just has not been to the hotel, but they said, I've never stayed there, but I live across the golf course and they often have loud music and often have loud and obnoxious music playing at all hours of the day and night. They set up pop-up nightclubs in their pool area, incredibly disrespectful and intolerant towards their neighbors. If you're counting on having a relaxing time there, good luck.
Wow. So this person, I love that the review starts with, I have not been to this hotel.
I've never been there.
Never been there. Let me tell you all my opinions.
And I'm like, okay, of course they're going to be having, like, it's a lesbian hotel resort in Puerto Vallarta. Of course they're going to be clubbing by the pool. Of course they're going to be having loud music. Like, you shouldn't live by there if that's not your vibe.
Yeah, you saw your house across the street from a lesbian-ass club, and then you were like, this sounds like a quiet place to live.
I think out of all the places, this is where I probably want to go the most, I think. This is the last one. It's short and sweet, and this is from another David-type reviewer. This is the Alexander Guest House in Key West, Florida.
God
this
bless.
Also has 4.9 stars. And all it says is they are not inclusive of all people. I think it is extremely unfair not to allow normal people to stay at the hotel.
Not and the normal.
What I assume what they mean by normal people is straight people.
Yes.
But in my head, I just picture like the monsters from Halloween Town. Like they exclusively allow monster people.
Yeah.
And then like any non-monster, like not allowed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in that case, I'm like, give monsters their space.
Yeah, give monsters their space. Do you realize that every other hotel in the world is catered towards straight people?
Yeah, it's like we have this hotel on Hotel Transylvania, and that is literally it.
Hotel Transylvania, and that is it. Wow.
Let us have our space.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are all the reviews. They were all so extra.
I'm thoroughly impressed by the amount of straight people who somehow end up at places that are like canonically gay resorts and then end up extremely flabbergastedly angry when it's like, for some reason, we don't fit in here. And that's really rude of you all.
And that is so weird to us. That makes, they're shocked. They're like, that does not make any sense. I'm like, well, you don't see gay people going to straight people club. I mean, you do.
Right.
You actually definitely do.
But
it's like, it's different.
Welcome to the gay experience where you show up somewhere and feel like you don't fit in for a really long time and you can't figure out why.
Yeah. Is that hard for you? I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Wow. You're such a survivor. I think later down the line, I want to read straight reviews of gay clubs because I feel like there's probably a lot to unpack there as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think just straight reviews of any queer spaces, queer movies, anything would be a fantastic episode to look into.
Yeah. And I want to be clear, I like all these places, these reviews were so standout and that like overall these places had like amazing reviews. It was just a couple people who like did not have a good time. It was either gay Karens or people like Brian.
Yes. Yeah. People like
or David.
Little Peter, if you're listening, we love you, Little Peter.
We love you, Little Peter. You were doing the most work out there. Like, you are gatekeeping gay spaces, and we need you to keep doing that. They are called gay spaces for a reason.
Little Peter is gatekeep gaslight girl boss to the T. She's
yes.
I can't imagine a better candidate for it.
Right? She's out there doing the work. She's out there making sure that a group of actual Karens aren't allowed into their fun gay hotel. And then goes as far as to be like, sure, come on in. Here's your key. Lets them go to their hotel room. The key doesn't work. And they call Peter and he's like, yeah, I don't think you're a fit here.
And Peter's like, oops. Sorry.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Bye.
It's
iconic.
It's straight out of an 80s Mean Girls movie, but it's multiple adults and it's heteros versus homos, and Ellie, let's write this movie.
Oh my God, I love it. Who I want to play Peter is, I think, Bill Hader.
Ooh, fascinating.
And I know Bill Hader isn't gay, and everyone's going to be like, whatever, and that's controversial. But Bill Hader does that really fun gay thing on SNL, and I think he would do a really good job.
I hear that.
Yes. So that's my 2 cents. Also, okay, obviously Billy Eichner could definitely play this as well.
Yeah, I was feeling Billy Eichner maybe for Little Peter, because it's even funnier with this straight person calling someone like Billy Eichner a coward when Billy Eichner will just like actively scream in your face.
Maybe we have Bill Hader play Brian, like the guy who's writing the angry review on behalf of his wife, and then you, me, and like Kristen Wiig are the ladies trying to go on their bridesmaids trip.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah,
but anyway, that would be really good.
Yeah, I do too. But anyway, that's all I have for you.
That was amazing.
No gay whispers this week, but please, for the love of God, people, tell us your gay whispers and please make them juicy. I work from home. I need some stimulus. Yeah, I just want some drama.
Ellie's brain is going to atrophy if you don't send us drama. And her leaving this mortal plane is going to be on you.
Yeah, seriously. And it's like, it doesn't even have to be like, if you don't want to tell me a gay secret, whatever, like just tell me work tea. Like, honestly, work tea is the most exciting stuff. And I don't get that because I work from home. I am my own coworker and I have my own internal tea that probably isn't that interesting for people to listen to.
Oh my God. Wow. Ellie would gossip about herself in her own home. That is something
I would, and I do. I'm a real bitch, and I take way too long of lunch breaks on company time.
Don't let Ellie hear you say that, Ellie.
I know. I don't know. She's a real gossip. She'll probably get word of it.
Yeah,
please just tell me some tea. Tell me some gossip. Tell me about a time that you cheated and got away with it. Tell me about a time you cheated and didn't get away with it. Tell me a time you were cheated on and your heart was broken. Tell me about a time that you hit your neighbor's cat with your car in an accident and you felt really bad about it. So then you put the neighbor's cat under their wheel of their car and made them think that they hit their cat.
Oh my God! Ellie!
I don't know where I got that. That's definitely from somewhere. But if that ever happened to you, tell me.
Wow.
I definitely didn't do that. For the record, I didn't do that. I've never hit an animal with my car, knock on wood. I have hit many trees.
Oh my God.
I have driven away from gas stations with the gas guzzle still in my car. I had my first day of junior year, my car rolled down the hill and hit another guy's car. He was eating breakfast. His name was Ben. I think you know who I'm talking about. He was just like that really nice guy named Ben in your grade.
Oh yeah.
And he was eating Whataburger. So basically, the synopsis of this is negative gay hotel reviews are great. I can't drive, and travel is both pro-gay and homophobic.
Love it. Yeah, well, yeah, travel is more pro-gay than it is homophobic, and that was a really cool revelation for us all to witness together almost in real time today.
Almost in real time, yeah.
Before we head out today, I just want to shout out that this is Trans Visibility Week. So
woo-woo!
Do all that you can to stare at trans people because this is your only week to see them. This is the only time they're around. And then after this, they're either like in invisibility cloaks or just like hiding in a basement somewhere. So
they sprout black leathery wings from their back and fly back to the moon.
Yeah, and we want trans people to feel comfortable year-round. So we need to see them as much as we possibly can this week so they know that they're accepted the other 51 weeks of the year.
Yeah, every week should be Trans Visibility Week.
Every week should be Trans Visibility Week. They don't go back to being invisible. Yeah.
They're always here.
They're always here. They're always here. So if you're trans,
and they're always watching.
We took that in two different directions. Ellie, wow. If that doesn't explain our personalities, Ellie goes, they're always watching. And I go, and they are so loved. And we love to see them.
And they will find you.
And we want to give you a hug and tell you how wonderful you are for finding your truest self and living that truth.
They can smell fear.
That's a brave and amazing thing to do. And we are so honored to have you listening if you're here and just existing in the world with us.
We love you, trans people and non-binary people and all people.
Well, now you said something nice. I have to scream something.
Okay.
Kick me! If you're trans!
If you're trans, kick me. We love everyone here. Unless you're a Republican, then you shouldn't stop listening. Also, please go vote today. I know that this is going to come out after November 8th, but I'm just putting out the energy into the universe for the love of God. I made a TikTok today. This is going a little over, but I made a TikTok today and I was like, here are 4 reasons you shouldn't vote in the 2020 midterm elections. Number 1, you're not of age and you legally can't. But honestly, if you tried a little bit harder, you could have been born earlier and you could have voted. So honestly, that's on you. Number 2, you're dead. So sorry. We miss you. RIP. Thanks for voting while you're still alive. Number 4, you're a worm. Sorry, that was number 3. And then number 4, there was no number 4 because you should just get out there and vote unless you are a Republican, or as I like to say, a Republican. Spicy.
Yes. And I would be shocked if anyone who defines as a Republican is still listening to our podcast on the 6th episode at this point in the episode. But hey, if you are, you sound like someone who could be salvaged or someone who could reconsider who they vote for. So hi, it's us, the queers. Please don't vote for people who want to hurt us. Please don't. I would really love if you didn't. And that's my argument. It was really smart and good.
It was smart and good, and we will be having a film debate later this month.
Yes, and it's going to be beautiful. Well, that's all we have for you today.
That's all we have.
This is, I think, my favorite topic episode. This is
my favorite episode so far, and I do say that every episode.
I also say that every week too. I love this one.
This one was really good. Yeah, all right. I was feeling it.
Feeling it. If we have nothing else for you today, enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Know that you are cool, loved, and sexy. But remember, sexiness is a state of mind.
And I'm Ellie Rudy. 2 things for you.
Oh, I didn't say my name. I'm Julie Jester. Hi.
Oh, she's Julie. 2 little sign-offs for you here. Number 1, the trans people are always watching. And Lil Peter, thank you for the work you do for the world. We need more people like you.
Lil Peter, call me.
X's and O's, kisses.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
This episode of Liz was edited and produced by me, Ellie Rudy, and co-hosted by the lovely Julie Jester, who's also our head of community outreach. If you'd like to support Liz, please hop on our Patreon and join at any level. Or, at the very least, you can give us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps. Tell your dogs, doctors, and door people about us. Thank you.